Hello everybody, welcome back to my videos. This is one of those videos, guitar video lessons, where I'm going to start to talk about some beginner chords. This is a video for beginner, and I want to talk a little bit about the chords. So everybody knows, I think, all major chords, and I'm going to start to play them now, and I want to make some appointments because I see many people doing them wrong. Let's start with the first chord of the C major scale, which is C. Very easy to play. You have to know all the positions of your fingers. And right now my first finger is on the second string, first fret. My second finger is on the second fret and on the fourth string, the D string. And last, my third finger is on the third fret and on the third and on the fifth string. Now, you're going to play from the top note, which is this one, okay? Hope you can see in the video, my right hand, from this top to bottom, okay? Make sure your guitar is in tune. Now, the thing with this chord is try not to play this note. Although this note is included in the chord, because it is, you have like a C here, then you have a E, then next you have an open G, then again C, and the last note it's E, okay? So this is also an E, just 2 octaves below, lower. So although it's part of the chord, it doesn't sound quite good when you play the chord, start from top and play like this. There's always this ringing lower note that doesn't sound good. So I advise you to play from the root note. In this case, it's here on the third fret and fifth string, and try to mute this string here, low E, with your third finger here. So I'm putting my finger here in a position that it's almost glued next to the lower E string, almost like muting it. So the sound I'm going to have is this. Almost no sound at all. And if you can do it better, like I always do it like this because it helps me to play the chords on guitar, on an electric guitar, or on an acoustic guitar. But a little further is when you start doing some kind of rhythm, try to pay attention, and if you can, with your right hand, you're going to skip this note. So I'm not going to mute it now, just leave my finger here and try to play the rhythm as I was playing without beating that chord, that note, sorry, lower E string. If you have some difficulty doing this, I advise you to mute the string like this, so it goes. One step to overcome this is you can do the major C chord like this. Instead of putting this finger here, you're going to put this on the sixth string, and just underneath the pinky on the root note, so you can play the full chord. You're adding now a G, which is the same note as this open G, so no problem on the chord. It stays more rich. Okay, next the D chord. Interestingly enough, I see many people playing the D chord. The root note is here. This string, the fourth string, open D. So you guys can play it from here, just from here, top to bottom. Or you also incorporate the A note. Doesn't sound bad, but if you incorporate the lower E string, once again, try not to put it in context because it will sound really bad, especially if you're playing only the top strings like this. There's no definition on the actual D chord. So in this case, there are several ways you can do it. I'm just pointing my pick down here on the first strings. And this finger here, my thumb, helps muting this string, okay? But I'm trying the best I can just to play from the original tonic, which is D, the root note. You'll sound much better. Now the third chord, it's very easy to play. They're all open chords by now, and this is the E major chord. Now this is the case where I can play all the strings because it's the way it's meant to be played, and it sounds good with all strings played. Okay, now we have another chord, the F chord. The next one is not an open chord on the C major scale; it's actually a bar chord. So what you're gonna do is move this position, exactly the same position, but one fret. All right, you're gonna move this one fret, but you need something behind your hand. So because in this case, when you're doing open chords like E or D, the nut is actually like acting like a capo, so to speak. So the F chord is this one, is this position, but here, okay? So we're gonna need to shift our fingers and make room for our capo, which will be our index finger. So I'm going to replace these fingers with this one, the same shape, okay? Like it was an E major chord. Some people do it like this to make it easier when they pass, when you go from E to F. Now all I have to do is move around this one fret and then put my index finger and making a bar chord. These ones are a little bit harder to do. People normally sound like this because you're not making enough strength with your finger. So I advise you to do like this, just your index finger, no chord at all, and see if all the notes can ring clear instead of this. Okay, if they can ring clear, then all you have to do is make the same shape of the major chord. Okay, and you have F major. Very easy. Next chord is also an open chord, it's a G. There are several ways to do it, at least two ways. You can do it like this. Take notes on the fingers I'm using. First finger here on the 5th string, 2nd fret. Third finger here on the 6th string, 3rd fret. And then I'm using the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret and first string. Okay? But you can also add this little note here and do it like this. So I replaced this finger with the pinky, and I'm also playing this note here, okay? Which is a D. So you got, instead of this, you get a more full, rich sounding G chord. All right, very easy. Also next, there's the A chord, okay? And the A chord is the first 1, 2, 3 fingers all in the same fret, 2nd fret, and they start the position here on the D string, then on the G string, and then on the B string. Once again, you have to take pay some attention not to play this note, because although it's also part of the chord, it's down here. It sounds bad when played like this. Last note, it's a B, and the B is also a bar chord. Now, the B chord, the bar is done here on the 2nd fret, and you're going to fret every note until the 5th string. You don't need the 6th string, okay? Just a bar until here. And the shape is the same as the A major chord, okay, like this. But you're going to do the shape with these 3 fingers here on the 4th fret. And the first finger is going to fret all the strings on the 2nd fret. And some people do it like this. They also include the lower E string, but once again, it's part of the chord. It's down here, played. Okay, but it's not very good because the chord will lose some focus to it. Okay, so you better try to mute the 6th string with your index finger, like I'm doing right now. It's not really completely muted, but will serve. And I'm trying to play with my right hand just the chords, just the notes I'm fretting. So the notes I'm fretting start from the 5th string until the 1st. Another thing is warm-up exercises. Never, this is very important. Never skip that chromatic scale. Like you start in the first fret with your first finger, second fret, third and fourth. And try not to leave these fingers off when you're going to the fourth fret, okay? Sixth string, fifth string, fourth string, third string, second string, and first string, and then the opposite. Another great exercise to warm up, and this is the last exercise I'm going to show you in this video, is a weird one, a weird chord and a weird position for your hands, but it serves really well for everybody. So what we're going to do is put your first finger here on the third fret and the fourth string, the D string, okay? This is very odd in terms of sound. Then what you're going to do is put your next finger here on the third string and on the fourth fret. And then it's all going down, as you can see. The third finger on the second string and fifth fret. And finally, the pinky here is going to be on the sixth fret and first string, the E string. So it's going to sound like this. And for this case, I'm instead of using the pick, I'm using my right hand and I'm pushing all the strings together. This one, this one, this one, this one. See how it sounds? A bit weird. So I'm pushing them together like this instead of using the pick. This will also help you when you want to start finger picking or like something like this. And now the cool thing about this exercise is that you have already the shape. Now we're going to shift some positions, and the first one to shift is going to start with your second finger. Your second finger is going to go down one string, hope you can see, and your third finger is going up one string. So now it's going to sound like this. More pleasant, okay? Once again. You can do it like 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, all strings together. Then down here, up here. Okay? And to end up, we're going to inverse this kind of shape we have here. We're going to inverse totally because your first finger now is going to the first string and your last finger is going to the fourth string. It's a complete inversion from this, okay? So start again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this. Which also sounds kind of cool. Don't try to analyze the chord right now. Just try to do the exercise. Okay? So, if your hand starts to hurt, leave it alone a little bit, because mine is starting to hurt by now, because I'm not correctly warmed up, okay? I should have spent more time with the chords and probably the chromatic runs. So, the thing is, you can do this wherever you want to do. What I do is I start here on the third fret. I tend to follow the dots. Then I'm going here to the 5th fret, then to the 7th, then to the 9th, and probably the 12th fret. It's all the same thing. So I'm going to play the exercise for you slowly so you can see what I'm trying to do. I'm going to play just twice the chord and then change. Okay, so here it goes. Next on the 5th string, 5th fret, I'm sorry. Next. And finally, up here it's okay. So when you have a little bit of a warm-up, try to do just once and move to the next shape without stop. The faster you do this, the better, but start slowly and take note of your hand if it's hurting or not. So I'll leave you here for today. This is my video, another video for my course I'm developing in my website, I'm sorry. And this is for beginners. I hope you guys enjoy it, and stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe if you haven't done yet, and hit that bell button, because I see that a lot of my subscribers don't see the videos because of this YouTube thing. So thanks for watching once again, and cheers.